According to the Minnesota Department of Health, 561 Minnesotans have tested positive for COVID-19 after being fully vaccinated.
Of those, 66 have been hospitalized, 9 have been admitted to the ICU, and there were 6 deaths.
State Infectious Disease Director Chris Erzman says all 6 of those deaths happened in individuals between the ages of 69 and 92. And while these breakthrough cases are concerning, she says it's important to consider the context of 561 breakthrough cases compared to nearly 1.5 million Minnesotans who are now fully vaccinated. On Thursday, state health officials also gave an update on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Yesterday, the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP, met to review the available information.
But no decisions were made. Erzman says the committee will spend the next few days looking through the data with plans to meet again either next Thursday or Friday. So the pause on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine will continue until at least the end of next week.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi.
Governor Tim Walz, however, says the vaccine rollout continues with the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. On Thursday, he toured a pop-up clinic in Golden Valley.
Thank you for taking the vaccines.
He says pop-up clinics make vaccinations convenient for the elderly and people with disabilities who may struggle to get vaccinated somewhere else.
The way to really get to people is through trusted partners and bring the vaccines to them. And these pop-up and partner sites like the one you're seeing here are critically important.
Gordon Severson, KARE 11 News.
So far, more than 7,000 people have been vaccinated at these pop-up clinics. The state has held 20 of them so far, with plans to host at least a dozen more by the end of the month. If you're interested in setting up a pop-up clinic in your community, you can call the Minnesota Department of Health for more information.